Hello YouTube and welcome back to Little Johnny's Garage. Quick update. Got the back floor cut out, finally. So no more floor in the back of the tracker. You come over here to the VEGA and finally got the floor tacked in back here. So we're making some progress. As you can see, it's now flat, and this is how it's going to be. My welds are not the greatest, so there's that. Not the greatest welder, but hey, you got to start somewhere. You got to learn. So, learning how to weld and making some progress. So, there's that. But floor is solid, ain't going nowhere, and that's a lot better than what it was. As you can see, it had all those spot welds in it before. I got a couple of rust holes that I got to patch, and I got a couple of pieces here that need patched in, but really it's not going to be that big a deal to patch something in there and then cut a couple of patches for here and here and then weld up all these holes. Shouldn't be that big a deal, and that'll be nice. Nice solid floor. It's got a cross member going across right here in the center, which will be welded into the side of the car there, and it'll be welded in over here. So this will be solid from the bottom. I'm gonna weld all the way across here, weld all that up, so it'll be nice and tight there. And then I'm gonna come from the bottom side. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna weld along that seam on the bottom, and then that flap, if you remember, I had that flap that was hanging down. I'm bending that up to the floor, and I'm going to weld that across. So bottom of the floor should be nice and solid. Top of the floor should be nice and solid by the time it's all done. Over here, I do have to get a piece of metal to put in right here because I got a hole. So I'm going to put a piece of metal in here. It'll just be a little opening, but not that big a deal. Might be able to keep jack or something in there. I don't know. Don't know what I'm going to do yet over there, but getting somewhere. Slowly making progress. Come back over here to the tracker real quick. Show you a little bit on it, maybe, if I can get over here. So, as you can see, gas tank back here and a filler neck, so all that's going to line up good with the VEGA. I mean, I might have to reroute the filler neck just a little bit to get it forward, but shouldn't be that big a deal. I should be able to do that. Now you can see I have a body mount right there, and then the other body mount is actually, the frame goes down and then flattens out, and there's a body mount down there where it flattens out. So those are the back body mounts on the tracker. Frame's a little rusty, but it's just in this back part. I don't know why the back part rusted so bad. You know, got all the surface rust, but up front and everything, it still looks like it's brand new. Like it still has the original paint on it. So I don't understand why the back part of it rusted like it did, but it's all solid. So I'm gonna use a wire brush once I finish cutting the rest of this out, because I still got to cut up here to take this back part off. And once I do that, then I'll sand down. I use a wire brush and sand all this down and repaint it and get all the crud off of it, make it look decent before putting the car on it. I'm also going to undercoat everything once I get it all put together. So I'll probably go through and sand it again. Well, sand the underside of the car, undercoat it, make sure everything is good and sealed by the time I get, done with it. But like I said, there's still quite a bit of work to be done. I am going to cut some of that fender there so I can patch in underneath the VEGA, patch in the fender there. Little stuff like that. So I'm getting somewhere, making progress, slowly but surely making progress on the car. I just want to make sure that it's done right and it looks good when it's done. So I am going to replace the fuel filter. I'm going to replace that. Probably going to replace the fuel pump, sending unit and all that on this before I put the car on, so that way it's all new. I am going to replace the shocks and whatever else I can find that looks cruddy and needs replaced. I'm going to replace it before getting the car put on here. I'm going to run new exhaust because it needs that. Yeah, just lots of little stuff I want to get done. I want to make sure that it's done right. Like I said, I want it to look good. I don't want it to look like some hack job, you know, where you have a ton of chunks of steel holding the car to the frame. I don't want that. I want it to actually be mounted with the body mounts. I want to be able to use the body mounts and mount the car down and mount it right and make it right. I want to make sure that, you know, everything looks good. I know my welds do not look good right now, so I got a lot of practicing to do, and hopefully I can get better at it and actually, you know, make this look really good. Like I said, I got a lot of practicing to do welding because my welds are not pretty at all. So there's that. I got the metal for up front. Just gotta, like I said, I gotta weld more before I actually weld in the bars that go across, because I want to, like I said, I want this as structurally sound as possible when I cut the floor out. I don't want it tweaking, I don't want it bending or anything like that, because I'm going to be cutting the floor and the firewall both out, and I want this as solid as possible. So I do have metal for that. I just want to get a little better at welding before I do it. I might have one of my friends come over and show me a few things so I can get better at it, but it's coming along. We're getting there slowly. I'm hoping to get this done, you know, finish welding it in, make it look nice. If I gotta grind down welds and cut welds out, then so be it, but it's a learning experience for me. I'm learning as I go, but that's where we're at. If you guys are liking the videos, like, share, subscribe, all that other fun stuff they tell you to do. Thanks for watching.